I told you that these are all free classes. My free classes will be conducted in Zoom platform twice of a week, 3 days of a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sharply at 8 p.m. So I want to reach to the students throughout the world who are residing in rural areas, especially they are away from network centers and network facilities. You can join my classes. I hope that these classes may be helpful to you. Okay, now come to the point. What is a reference variable in C++? So, a reference variable is a reference to an existing variable. Already I have created a variable. For that, I want to create one more variable. It refers to that existing variable. So that is called reference variable in C++, and it is created with the operator. Which operator? AND operator. And means this ampersand. AND operator. Okay. So reference variable is a reference to an existing variable. So already one variable is existing there. So for that variable I want to make one more variable which refers to that existing variable, and it is created with the ampersand operator. So now let us see here, try to understand string food. Here food is a variable and it is holding pizza string. Pizza is a string. So food variable declared as string data type, and that food variable assigned with pizza string data. Okay. So now it is what? Food variable. Okay. This is the existing variable. For that I will create one more variable which refers to this food variable. So next I have created meal, one more variable meal, just before that and symbol kept. Now this meal variable becomes the reference variable to food. Okay. Now this meal variable, it becomes reference variable, holds the data food. Food holds the food variable. So food variable holds what? Pizza. So now I can call any variable, either the meal or food, either the meal. So here meal is reference to food. So we can use either the variable name food or the reference name meal to refer to the food variable. Suppose if I want to refer to food variable, that moment I can use either the meal or food variable name. So now let us see this code. Okay. So here try to understand how initially that library hidden, that is what header library to be added, included. So include IO stream. IO stream means input output stream. That is the main library to work with input output functions. Otherwise somewhere you can find input output objects. So string library added to work with string, because string is not default of your C++. Using namespace standard, that is very important. I told you that many times. If you want to use the names for variables and objects, so from standard library we need to use using namespace standard. Int main function, under the main function one variable created, that is food string type. Okay, that is a pizza string type of data assigned to food variable, and one more variable created meal. Okay, just before that and symbol kept. That's why this meal becomes what? Reference variable to food. So Now if you want to take a printout, see out mostly used and reference operator, that is what your insertion operator, less than symbol, food backslash and for your next line character, again cout meal. Okay, now we will remove the total code and we will practice. I want to remove this total code. Okay, you remove the total code and practice yourself. Remove total code, then you practice. As I told you that this is the online web editor. So C++, any C language, Python, Java, you need not to download any IDE, integrated development environment platform, to write the code. Okay, like your VS Code. Okay, here online web editor, you can read the code and you can write the code, edit the code and practice yourself. Instant code writing and editing and checking. Okay, so now here our topic is what you comment here, a reference variable in C++. That is very important, huh? C++. Reference variable in C++. So what is reference variable? First comment yourself. You theoretically you must be able to understand what is reference variable. A variable, simply I write var means variable. A variable is created. A variable is created which refers to an existing variable. Existing var means variable, huh? So a variable is created which refers to an existing variable. Okay, so let us write the code first what we need to include some header file libraries which will be used to work with input output objects. So input output objects either in C and C++, Java, Python, that is very important, because to work with input output operations, to get the printout, to take the input from the user. So first of all, include, before that hash. Include means import. Okay, what IO stream, in C language it is called stdio.h file. Okay, standard input output dot header file. Here IO stream, input output stream. Next, if you want to string with one more library that is to be included, because if you want to work with what strings. Okay, string, if you want to work with string, we need to include this library. Otherwise, why? Because I told you that string is not part of your by default C++. Next, here the main function, int main function, so that the compiler looks for this library, means compiler looks this main function, and within this whatever the line of instructions are there, they will be executed. The compiler looks this main function, within this whatever the statement or instructions, both are same, they will be executed. Now write the first line. What is that? As per our definition, reference variable in C++, a variable is created which refers to an existing variable. First we need to create one variable. First, which type of variable, whether it is string type, integer type, float type, okay, you need to declare. So first C, it is string type variable, then variable name food, okay, is equal to this food variable stores which type of data, string type of data. String always will be represented in C++ in double quotation marks. So here food pizza, okay, pizza and double quotation marks, now semicolon. Every line of statement will be terminated in C or C++, Java, double semicolon. Now food is a variable here, so comment here var created, one variable. Next, food is a variable. For this variable I want to create one more variable which refers to this food. So create one more variable string. Now which operator will be used to create reference variable? Ampersand means this, and okay, meal. Now this meal becomes a reference variable to existing variable food. Now here I need to show what? Food, okay. Why? Because foodie meal is the reference variable to food. Food is the existing variable. Now I can use any one of either the food or meal for output operations. To get printout, if I want to get printout, I can use anyone. Before this I told you that one, using namespace standard, that is very important. Using namespace std, okay. I told you that why this is needed. It is very need for us to work with objects and variables. Suppose if I want to use names for variables and objects, so this is very compulsory. Now take the printout C out, okay. It is mostly used for in C++ to see the result on display. Insertion operator, this is very important. Then after I need to use what? Any food or meal. Backslash n will be used to terminate, to get next line character, okay. C out meal \n, okay. \n will be used to get next line character. This is the code I have written. Then after what? One statement that is very important, return 0. Why return 0? I told you many times. Return 0 means this instruction statement indicate that now your main function is closed. Then after there is no any statement is there. Main function is closed. After return 0 there is no any statement. Now run this code. What happened? So why it is giving error? Why? So in 21 line return 0, it is indicating that you are missing what? Semicolon. So keep that semicolon. Who will check all this code? Your compiler. Who will check all this code? Your compiler, okay. I told you that compiler is a translator program. Compiler is a translator program which will translate your source code into object code. Okay, every programming language must have one translator program. It is also a program that is inbuilt. So a part of your programming language whenever you install programming language. So by default it has the translator program. They are called compilers, interpreters, Java and C Sharp. These are all compiler based programs. But your Python is interpreter based program. What they do, they will check the code. Okay. If any errors are there, they will intimate you that, my dear programmer, in this line error is there, you need to correct that. So whenever you correct that code, that is called debugging. Errors are called bugs, and whenever you correct that code, that is the way of debugging. Okay, so whenever you correct that code, then after what happens, it reads the code if there is no any error and converts that code into your object code under the compilation process. Next, that in under execution process, run process, that machine language code 0 comma 1 will be sent to microprocessor will understand that, and then after return the human understandable format, means again keyboard language. Okay, English like characters, digits. So this is called what, your reference variable in C++. So let us do somewhat little bit exercise. What is a reference variable in C++? A reference to an existing variable. This is the right statement. Okay, it's the correct answer. One more question. Create a reference variable named meal. So which should be a reference to the food variable. So string food. Food is what? Existing variable. For that I want to create meal as a reference variable. So if you want to create reference variable, and operator compulsory, and then meal. Okay. Now here you need to keep what? This meal variable is a reference to for what? Food. Okay, and termination, that is what, your semicolon. Correct answer. What will be the output of this code? String food is equal to pizza. String means meal is what? Reference variable created for food. So cout meal, so pizza, you will get what? Pizza. Okay, so congratulations, you have completed the code. So like that you can practice the code. Okay, you open here and you erase all the code from scratch. Okay, you erase all the code from total code, you remove, and you write the code from the zero, and you run the code. So like this it is very easy to write the code in online editors, web editors. Okay, it is the best way to do practice. And if anybody is feeling that, sir, I don't have any laptop, so don't feel that. In the mobiles we can write very efficient coding. Okay, since my laptop is not working properly, so I started to teach in the mobiles also. Okay, so I hope that these classes will be useful to rural students who are away of network centers, especially on hilly areas. Okay, remote areas. Okay, thank you. Jai Hind.